Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to the show. Because doing well, because I'm having a wonderful day on this gorgeous, and I do mean gorgeous, 7th of 8th of September 2025. I am so sorry about how we ended things previously. My battery ran out. The guys started doing some. The guy started to do some lawn mowing. So I was like, oh, dude, this is not supposed to happen like that, right? We died again. I died again.
And I don't care. Yep.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna restart about 19.
So, stop playing.
Pretty complex. I'm so sorry. This is what happened is I get into the mood. I get into a lot of videos, and then I'm like, oh, well, I don't have the time. What am I supposed to do? You're gonna close this. Give me a sec. You make me feel good. Make me understood. Then I cannot do. They do cash bonus. You know what? Nice. There you go. Perfect. So we're good. Okay, so I'm playing this game and I'm always dying, so I'm trying to get better. We have the restart, which is the addiction of mobile game, which is super cool because Alt seemed like the guy that wouldn't fall for this. They kind of fall for it, and the
This game starts effectively. There was 3 enforcement places. Cupcake match.
it's so cool. I think that Cupcake Match is a odd to Candy Crush. So this is super funny because Gina comes in, right? Gina comes in and she asks Sully, "Where are you in Crazy Cupcake?" And he said he's the same level as Alt. So Alt's like, yo, I'm a buffoon because this guy is a buffoon, right? So if they put the phone in the garbage, which is kind of cool because that's the only way to do it. Ted goes in and said, "Hey, I have this new record, and we're gonna be unbeatable till the end of time." So Jake feels threatened because Ted is possibly a better boyfriend, but he's a better police guy, right? And he should be the better police guy because he wants Amy. And it's kind of nuts because this almost fell. Give me a sec, guys. We're doing so much. I just finished a 45 minutes video. And I sadly didn't think about doing what was right. And doing what was right was making sure that everything is uploading and everything is filming. So shame on me. Shame on me, I'm giving up on you. Okay, there you go. Perfect. I'm gonna be doing this video that I'm gonna go on bicycle, so I'm excited for that. It feels like Jake. There's a lot of time where Jake has a crush on Amy, and he just doesn't show. So I don't know if I think they're implying. I think they're implying that Boyle's saying that makes Jake realize, but Jake realized up on the rooftop that stakeout, right? So it's with something, and it does feel like the show was kind of fishing for a second season. So putting the plot that now Amy is not gonna be a relationship. I have a pimple that I should pop. I also shouldn't eat so much bacon, but I do. Even at the end, for example, okay, I'm not gonna say it, but there's instances of there's a season 2. This is what we're gonna be exploring. So I did like this. Rosa and Charles Boyle have a very nice moment with Rosa. He says, "Hey, why didn't you invite me? I thought we were friends." He said, "Well, you're kind of my ex. You're kind of my ex-romance, so I didn't want to think to be weird at my wedding." And Rosa convinced him to give him the STD, which is kind of cool. You had the perp, and this is so funny because in the first scene of the training camp, they presented they're presenting themselves torturing the perps, which is the bad guys. And then there's a guy that says, "Hey, you just killed Bill Perp. He had a family." I thought it was really cool. Because they went savage. They went beast mode with these guys. Jake goes in and he says, "Look, we don't have time." So Hitchcock presents a way to hold the gun upside down and the upside down Z. And it's so stupid that it shouldn't work. However, Jake's using it, and they got the new record. Why is it cool? Why is it cool? Because it meant a lot to the squad, it meant a lot to him. So Jake is like, yo, this is so cool. Jake is like, hey, drinks are on me. Let's freaking go squad. And Jake's always paying drink for people, so that's kind of nice. But Amy is like, yo, Ted already asked me out. And this is sad because it's a case of no matter what, Jake lost. There's a really cool moment where Teddy is part of like the 9-9. Gina and all talking about their addiction to Crazy Cupcake, which is, again, a cool int. I would have loved to see 5 seasons, 7 seasons later, Alt being financially destitute, and he tells Gina, listen, I never gave up on Crazy Cupcake. I would have loved that, but there's nothing. Boyle said, hey, you see, you like Amy, and Jake is like, you're right, bro, you're right. You're right, and this is super cool. And so why is it so cool? Give me a sec. I love this. This is the one I was looking for. Charles asked Jake, you don't want to know why she went out with Teddy? Because he asked her. So that's on you. And you don't expect Charles to drop bombs of truth like that, but he does. And that's like, oh my god, Boyles, you're a freaking genius, dude. I'm gonna be right back. Because we filmed kind of non-stop today. So your boy didn't charge the 2 phone he needed. It's okay, we'll be good, don't worry about it. It's more than okay, actually. It's more than okay. Are you charging? Let's make sure that we're charging. We're charging, yes. People are so aggressive on the car, right? Yeah, so you don't expect Charles to be the one that tells Jake what to do, but it makes sense. And Charles dropping bombs of knowledge is super nice. Now, this is the coolest thing. Jake's gonna ask her out the next day, thanks to Charles' advice. But she says that she's going out on another date with Teddy. And he might have lost it. You know? It is so cool because it's not like, oh, suddenly Jake is in love with Amy. It's, no, it was supposed to happen a while ago and we just didn't see it. We got sophisticated marriage. Alt, Gina, and Amy are on a diet, and that diet is supposed to help them keep on weight loss. But you think Cherry was in a fantastic shape. They do a diet, and the cool thing here is the diet is a way for them to be in a teamwork. The funny joke here is licking the plastic for particle of food, and it's kind of funny, but it's something that you have to see. Yeah, so we have Charles being asking Jake to be the best man. They're gonna get married to him and Vivian, which is super freaking early. This is nice. This is nice because this is very important for the friendship of Charles, but also, and this is the thing, Charles might play for Canada, so the 9-9 can be the 9-9 without Charles. I don't know. Rosa, once again, we have another plot of her being super intimidating, so much that one of her co-workers deposited a plaint against her. A plaint is in French. What should I call it? Complain about her. Like, yeah, this girl is too scary. And it's so fucking funny because they take the elevator and says, Rosa said, don't worry about the drawing, I was very pissed at you. But she's basically drawing herself, the guy. So we're looking for Tuxedo. And this is super funny. This is super funny. Super funny because Charles goes out and he has literally like a tongue. Right? Amy and Cherry come in and it's time to eat. Which is super funny because Gina comes in a couple of seconds later. Right? Couple of seconds later. This is so cool. Let's check out about how these diet doesn't work. Right? Diet pills. And then you see a young Hitchcock and a young Sully. Who has a heart attack. Yeah. That's super funny. That is super funny. Gina comes in with a meal. That is super nice. That is super nice, because you realize that she gave up, and you're gonna realize that the giving up is not that bad. It's the fact that you don't have a team anymore that is bad. And Terry isn't doing that for himself. He's doing that because his wife is doing it, right? Yeah, Charles admitted that he's going to Canada because he's gonna leave because Vivian had a position in Ontario, Canada. So Ottawa, sorry. Ottawa. And it's kind of crazy because Jake said, is that what you want? Did you really want to leave? And he's like, not really, right? I like the 99. But she kind of convinced him to go, and he loves her. There's a whole testicle talk because we're doing the testicle for the tuxedo. I actually like that. Jake is giving some good advice, but then it's not a question of choosing between Jake and your fiance. It's a question between choosing the 99 and your fiance. Amy, slowly bump into Amy, and he crashes her nuts. And this is kind of cool because he said butterfoot. I don't think it's a thing, right? So Jake is asking him, what can you do if you're in Canada, right? Then here Jake is a bit more. He's a bit more caring. He was like, yeah, what are you gonna do if you're in Canada, right? And it does feel like he's asking Charles to reconsider it because he doesn't know what he's gonna do. But at the same time, he's trying to help Charles. So the girl says she could be a calligrapher. It's like, yeah, you could. Gina is just making fun of Terry. They find Amy that's cheating, who ate 4 burgers. So that was kind of cool. Rosa did apologize to the guy, but again, it's probably one of the weirdest apologies in TV history, but we kind of like it. Vivian comes in, and she's like, Charles is supposed to talk to her, but he doesn't want to talk to her. So then Jake is trying to lead the conversation into a place where Charles will be able to talk to her about not moving to Ottawa. See, and this is crazy because it's kind of moving fast, but then again, if there's no season 2, it's kind of meaningful, right? And I would have been so pissed, if they did that for a character like with Rosa. For example, they spend the whole first season with him flirting with Rosa, and then when finally have a chance, it doesn't work. I would have been so pissed because you wasted my time and you wasted your time. It doesn't. Jake is pissed at Charles because Charles betrayed him. Yeah, this is kind of nice. Again, this is when the show is kind of losing its appeal a little bit. So for example, there's Boyle's. There's nothing there. Terry lifts a car and he farts with his fart jokes. It's like, okay. We got more of Vivian and Charles talking, and Charles like, yo, Jake, you're not wrong. You're not right. I want to go to Ottawa with her, right? And that's super cool. Old come back to Rosa and said, hey, you're better than this. I know it's hard to apologize, but you're a leader. Sometimes being a leader means admitting that you're wrong. And Rosa, this is the crazy thing. Rosa might not respect the guy that she has to apologize to, but she respects Alt. So because Alt asked her to do that, she'll do it. Which is kind of like a nice payoff. It makes sense that she would respect Alt. And it would make sense for Rosa to do something for Alt versus apologizing what she hasn't done since the first episode of the season. Right? Jake is talking to Amy how he's worried about Charles and he's gonna be leaving, losing his best friend. Super nice. We have another fight between Jake and Boyle, but it's about Vivian. Why is it super nice? How can I say that? And it's really nice because it feels authentic. It feels like these guys are a friend and friends fight. Rosa once again apologizes. It's the whole episode is kind of not great, right? So then we have the biggest scene after that. Jake goes to Vivian and they're talking, and what happened is it's super cool. It's super cool because Charles, just like he said with Vivian, said, "Can be around with me with every time?" So it has to be coming from me. He tells Jake that he started. It didn't work. She didn't dump him, so there's still hope. But he didn't talk about it. He's offering cigars and whiskey for Chuck for Jake because there's still the case of he's the best man. Not the best episode to be honest. Not the best episode. The Unstoppable. This is so cool. The cold open is one of the most, if not the most legendary opening of Old. Old comes into work and he has a broken arm, a broken wrist. And people ask him, "Oh my God, what happened to you, sir? What happened to you?" And Old is like, "Well, I don't want to talk about it." And then we went to Jake and he says, "You want to know what happened to me?" And Jake's like, "Yeah, I want to know desperately." And he says, "I enjoy myself playing hula hoops." And he shows a video of himself playing hula hoops. Now, what is the most amazing thing is, he tells Jake because nobody's going to believe Jake. So he kind of curses Jake with information that doesn't serve purpose. So it's a really cool thing because most of the time it's Jake who has the upper hand on Old, but Old made him his bitch. So that's funny. That's super cool. So Jake is doing arrest after arrest after arrest, and because he's on a roll, he takes out a case that was not solvable, and the case that was not solvable is important because it's a way to sink in his energy. Because all he can think about is how he fucked up with Amy. This is super cool too, because it's a really good opportunity. It's a really good reason to do things. Hitchcock takes some confetti. Some talks I could show them as confetti, which is kind of funny because it's stupid. Amy talks about how the relationship between Teddy and him is going forward, which kind of makes Jake sad, but Jake is a good friend. Jake is a good friend. We have the best episode, which is Charles being hidden to talk to Vivian. And because he's hidden to talk to Vivian, they show him the Babylon. Babylon being a secret toilet where it's fantastic. Teddy goes with Amy. He wants another date. They really do make a good couple. They really do make a good couple. However, they have this date, but the date is at the same time that she promised Alt was going to do something. So then she lies and she has her wisdom team removed, which Alt, there's no proof that he knows that it's a lie, but it kind of backfires. Terry, Jake begged Terry for work, right? And he's like, why? This is so fucking cool because you get the old one. The same speech, but they were different clothes, which is funny because it works, right? Now they realize that the whole thing is a bust because the apartment where there was clue where they could open the case is now burned down. So yeah, so the criminals don't have any new information, so except for one who became crazy. So it doesn't look like it's gonna be solvable. And why is that important is because Terry is telling Jake, can't solve this, don't waste your time, you can't solve this. Can't solve this, can't solve this. The fact that he's able to solve it is actually quite nice. How much batteries? 9%. We're good. Don't worry about it. Alt is a mess when it comes to presentation, so he really needs Amy. And this is kind of nuts because this is the first time we feel like he really needs Amy. So Rosa and Gina show the secret bathroom, which is kind of insane. They said that Charles is not a good secret keeper, but he's gonna keep it secret, which is kind of nice. They're looking for the guy that disappeared, which is kind of crazy because if he disappeared back then, he still disappeared after 8 years, probably dead, right? I don't remember this. With the wife who tells, I don't know what happened with Dexter, but he killed my husband. No, it's the other way around. It's the other way around. He's like, I don't remember this. Holy shit. So basically, the plot of the thing is she lost her husband, right? And then the rumor is that she had a boy, she had a affair. The reality is no. The husband was already dead, and the affair killed him. Something like that. Something like that. I don't remember. It was yesterday, which is a shame because you know. But I'm not gonna. This is gonna be the third time I watch it, so no. So he wants to see the test. This is kind of cool. He wants to see the polygraph is working, so he puts it on his own finger, Jake, and he says he misses Amy. He needs a lot of truth. He misses Terry. You know, he needs Terry. They go to the dentist, and the dentist revealed that there's no way that their wisdom teeth are not good. But she said that she's an overbrusher, which means that she has cavities. Boyle had to give it to Hitchcock and Sully because they did give him a. This is so cool. This is so cool. This is so cool. Because Hitchcock and Sully bullied Charles into telling them. So cool because Terry asked Jake why he's so obsessed, right? But Jake is not gonna tell you. Jake is not gonna tell him, which is kind of cool. Jake worked the whole night, worked the entire night, which is kind of insane because he's using the artist worker. So they found a finger. The only proof that they had that the guy disappeared was a finger. Nice. Now if you look at this criminals, is the guy from the picture. If you look at his hand, he's missing a finger, right?
Solved the case. Solved. Woo! What do you want to talk to us about? Well, I got Hitchcock.
Anyway, I asked all my guys today. Full motive, still murder.
What is this? What is this?
Here's which was positive. There's no way that you don't have to. That's what I heard. Hey, Nate, just talking about how you're alive. Yeah, I'm alive.
Nate is Dexter. There you go. There you go. Nate changed his name, changed his identity, but he killed her husband.
Turns out that man doing.
You have a really cool relationship between Teddy and Amy. It's working really well. There's no time where you doubt the relationship, right? And then Terry asked Jake to talk to him, and it's kind of cool because he knows. Tell me what's wrong. I know something is wrong. You're not gonna tell me in the precinct. Maybe it's possibly gonna tell me in a bar. But I need some help. And he points to Amy, and Old understand right away. Oh.
This comes on the heels of betraying you, but can I have next weekend off to go to that cabin in Virtue's Tech?
Oh, man.
There you
I
go.
gotta be more psyched, too. Here's some... Yeah, well, maybe I can't deal with it right now. That's a tough one. Yeah. But solving more cases isn't gonna make you feel any good. And they got a lot more drinks right now.
That's so cool. That is so cool. That's so cool.
Well, it means that place really cut you off right
That's the
right?
perfect payoff for the episode. Terry acts as a friend, you know? Jake buried himself in work when work was the second family. Okay. I'm gonna have to go for a bike ride. I might wait until like we do a because I could do yeah, a TikTok live. That could be cool. Am I gonna have enough batteries? I don't know. Good. So we got episode 22.
Another picture of your strongest beer, please.
I'm sorry, there's an episode where I do remember the good one, the bad one I don't remember. So we got Jake, who cold open. He said that he got fired, and he said about being fired, right? So this is kind of cool because they reuse the scene. They reuse the scene later on, right, at the very ending, which is kind of a leading point. There's a guy that asked him what's going on, buddy, and this guy's gonna be super important. So we got it 1 week earlier, right?
Charles, wait.
Wait off.
Vivian broke up with Charles, which is important because we know Charles told her about he doesn't want to move to Ottawa. So Charles become a golf king Cobra. He
No, Jan. I bought this one.
he tells Rosa he gets why she's always mean.
Robin. Well, no. Well,
So super cool. We have Alt coming in, asking Jake to be in his office. Now this is insane because the guy who's in there is the dirty cop that was saving his kids from drowning penises in episode number 2, right? So this is working with the officer that you have, that we know, character that we know. So he said, okay, well, you've been harassing one of my, an important person, right? Who's a part of the church, he's a backbone of the community. How can you ask him? How can you harass him because Jake is harassing the guy? Fuck. We actually realized that we did that so much. We're gonna do this so much. I got 7 seasons left. And don't get me wrong, I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine. But this is the 7th episode I did today. And that, my friend, is not healthy. That, my friend, is not healthy. Are you still uploading? No, but it's okay. No, but it's okay. But I don't know why it's okay. It's still okay. Oh, guess what? It is okay. It is more than okay. And we died. We died because it's charging. Lost in time, trying to. We haven't uploaded in 6 minutes. I know it's not. I know it's not a lot, but when you constantly need to upload, it's a lot. It's gonna be nature corn. I'm gonna take a couple seconds. What I'm gonna do twice. If it likes Eve, your jam. Nature corn. See, 5 minutes and 80 seconds though. This is a record. The Wi-Fi is so good. I need to pay the Wi-Fi today because I canceled my other card, and pretty tough. There you go. Okay, I'm gonna do for that TikTok. Fuck it. Good. See, we're pretty good on batteries too. Okay, good. Okay, Ink, you need to focus. You're almost done. Stop complaining. Be a man. And do it for the 99. Do it for the 99. If you don't do it for the 99, you do it for what? So yeah. So he's asking, but Jake really think that is that's the right thing to do. The boys the boys. The precinct is asking themselves, how can we help Boyle? Boyle's going through a rough patch. Can we help him? You got a super funny scene with Holt talking about how he broke up with his boyfriend or ex-boyfriend, and they were all at Kevin. There's this guy with whom they say, hey, I think it's better if we leave each other. The guy say, I agree, and they shake hands. And Holt says this was the end of the relationship of 8 years. So for some reason, this made me laugh really hard. Yeah. Wasn't a really bad place. And it's kind of cool that the whole precinct is looking out for him. See, this is no batteries. Oh, I feel like it's a bit big though. I feel like it's a bit big. And I close the computer, of course. Because why not? Why not coconut? Are you going to charge or no? You're not charging. Okay. This is the thing with 4 phones. You think you got more battery. The 4 phones are always in use. I'm up 16 hours a day. They're working for 16 hours. There you go. Perfect. Amy talking about how she hates breakup. And this is kind of cool because the breakup of Charles is going to be an excuse for... Such a super cool scene. You talk about breakup, and we know that Jake kind of hoped that she break up with Teddy. So this is by proxy a kind of a cool scene. You talk about his worst breakup, which is at bar mitzvah, where he had a date and she ended up with another guy. So this is deny. Sorry about this. sorry about this. Are you still charging though? You are still charging. Okay.
No transport. Please enter your email.
It has crazy ties to City Hall. I just want to call the first game I was command. Anyway.
Yeah, there you go. It's a big case for Alt. Now, this is kind of cool because with the cops, with the father that let this kid do whatever he wants, Alt had a place. This guy has a place with the city. So the city of Brooklyn. So it's a bit bigger, right? Jake goes in, and this is super cool because Alt told him to drop the case. He told him, like, no, don't do it. But Amy had his back. And this is super cool because for Amy to go against what Alt says, it's a pretty big deal. So the fact that she's behind Jake in here is one of the nicest things we saw the whole season. Now Jake comes back. And he has proof. Now here's the a drug dealer, and this is so cool because the drug dealer is helping them. He said, "This is revenge. They took my turf. They took my corner. Now I can't sell drugs. This is my dream job." So there's the proof that the donation that he's receiving, actually for drug money. So Jake was right on this one.
Got a cop, man. Thank you, sir.
Amy is helping him.
Just know I hate those dudes now. They carved up my territory so bad I hate selling drugs. I love selling drugs.
This is such a good plot.
Where's it before? So lost.
Charles is in a bad position because Jake is suspended, and this is super cool because Jake is suspended, but he's suspended with pay. So Old still went to bat for him. Still made sure that he was going to be okay. He still made sure that he was going to make a decent living. Decent living. And that's kind of cool. So Charles is like, oh, if I lose Vivian and I lose, this is so cool. This is so fucking cool. If I lose Vivian and I lose Jake, I don't know what I'm going to do. We got Rosa out of everybody to help him, right? And it's burning things. It's kind of cool because Rosa was cool with Charles when Charles wasn't in a relationship, but now that Charles is... No, I'm so sorry. Rosa was cool with Charles when he was in a relationship, but now he's not in a relationship. Does this affect the whole thing? And we'll see. So Charles puts his hand in the water of Rosa with his coffee. So he takes the picture out of the burning flames to save her, and he burns himself a lot. So Charles, he's like, Jake is like, guess what? We don't have a chance. Alt's like, okay, it's okay. I'm gonna seduce the judge. See, this is the thing. Alt thought that Jake was wrong, but Jake was actually right. Because Jake was right, then it's a case for them to have the defend rights. Alt is seducing her, and he seduces her really, really, really good here. Really good. Terry goes in and talks about how he went abroad to Tokyo to study. And he also got his heart broken. And it's kind of cool because it's every people of the precincts and how they dealt with adversity, how they dealt with heartbreak. So that was really nice. This was really nice. So what they do, which is super nice, is they have a competition, a dance competition. The dance competition is a way to get into the building without seeming suspicious. So Old goes in, and Old goes to seduce another person. Jake is dancing with Amy, which is again a chance for them to... This is really cool. This is a really cool scene. And again, please understand that this is the last episode, so this is a very good last episode. So Amy and Jake, there's a chance for them to be closer. They go into the hearing of Jake. The people from the precincts, Rosa, Charles, Terry, are all present. So it's kind of nice because they have Jake's back, you know? Which is super nice. But Boyle is no use because Boyle is completely heartbreaks, cannot defend Jake. The captain is actually a super good dancer, which is crazy because you don't think the captain is going to be a good dancer. Jake and Amy are pretty badass, to be honest. Even Gina is there, and they're actually really helpful, you know? Amy does a diversion. She said that she broke her ankle, which gave Jake access to a place where he has every single donation and by whom they were doing, right? So this is a proof that some criminals gave some donation. Old asked her to do him a favor, and this is cool because this is the first time that Old asked Jake to do a favor. But it's also cool because in a weird way, Old's biggest hope and the precincts is Jake. So by the fact that they're working together, you know, and we come such a long way from the second episode where Old was doing a daycare on Jake, you know. So Jake goes in, said that he doesn't have a oops, he doesn't have any proof, and he said that he has to get fired. So the reason why I get fired is because it goes more to just this guy. They think that there's a lot of people involved, right? So Jake as a whatchamacallit, as a non-working police will have not only more time to do it, but he also won't be a prime suspect because he just got fired. So I think it's for Jake, right? So Jake goes undercover. He gets this is so cool. This is so cool. Because Jake can lose.
Guess what? I'm going kosher. The thing you don't think I'll fly.
It's super nice because they're super. He's acting like a dick. He wants everybody to think that he's quitting. So if they ask him, you know.
Make way, large man. I'm his little friend coming through. I'm so lucky. Everything you need will be good.
There's an empathy most of that moment. Never did anything.
This is really cool. So they go to Charles for a good drinks after that to help him out. And Rose is the one that make him feel better. She said, listen, you're the nicest guy that I know. And anybody that would date you is lucky. So kind of giving the whole Rosa and Charles back. But in this case, it's Rose that's bringing it back. So super cool. Jay goes in and he tells Amy that when he leaves the precincts and that he would kind of like that something happened between them. Right? And he drops a bomb. Kind of would like something to happen. Why is that cool? It's cool because Amy had no idea. You can kind of see that she had no idea. She plays it really well. It's not cool because this is something that happened with Jim when he got this offer to the branch of Philadelphia. And the office. It's super nice. It's super nice because Jake finally told her. And he told her too late. But at the same time, the second it was too late was when she met Teddy. You know? That's when the bacon was cooked for Jake. So then you realize that he's offering drinks to the whole bar. And the guy, we got the scene of, I just got fired. This is what we're celebrating. And the guy that was next to him is kind of the mafia. So he's in deep infiltration. It's a really good episode. It's a really, really, really good episode. Because, again, it shows, by Boyle having his heart broke, shows how close the precinct is, how possibly losing Jake shows how close the precinct is. It's Old asking favor for Jake's, saying that I trust you, which is something that we kind of have hints of. We have hints of Old trusting Jake, but we never had a huge confirmation. So this is super, super, super nice. We have the last scene, which is Boyle sleeping with Gina, and this is how it ends. So yeah, so they're boning, and both are freaking out. So it's a really good episode. Sorry if that was. It's just that we watched this shit like 4 hours today, and I'm gonna be watching it 4 hours tomorrow, and the next day I'm gonna be watching it another 4 hours. So just a lot to do, but we're at season 2, so season 2 is underway, and I'm excited for that. So I love you guys. I have to go because I got a busy evening. I'm gonna do a TikTok live. I'm gonna do a. I have a bunch of things to do. Like holy. But at the same time, hey, such is the life of a busy guy. So love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. I look around me. There you go. Oh, fudge. Okay.